Mr. Morrow, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Dear Heavenly Father, we give thanks for the wonderful life that you've given us, the daily blessings we receive. We give thanks for the opportunity to live in a free country where we can make our own decisions. We ask your blessings on the council. We ask your guidance over the decisions that we make. We ask you watch over the servicemen and women as they protect our freedom and the safety forces as they protect our city. This we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Roll call.
Henry.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
Kelly.
Here.
Morrow.
Here.
Cole. Here. Crable.
Here.
Hefley.
Here. All right, everyone's here tonight. Need approval of the minutes of July 21st, 2014. So moved. Motion. Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Election appointments, we have none. Special orders of committees, none. And unfinished business, none. Petitions and communications.
Listed below, utility council rules of 90 days in accordance with chapter 925.08 of ordinance 37, 2006. This information is submitted to council and will be forwarded to the auditor of Licking County.
Mr. President. Tomorrow. Let's see. Motion to forward employment list to the auditor's office.
Second. A motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next memo.
In accordance with chapter 913.04 of the City of Heath Codified Ordinance, the below listed properties failed to respond to zoning notices for high grass and uncut weeds, and subsequently the high grass and weeds were cut under the direction of the city.
Mr. Henry.
Make a motion that we go forward to this list of the
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Have a motion to receive and file.
Make a motion that we receive all approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Motion carried. That brings us to visitors. Any visitors like to speak, approach the podium, state your name and address, and tell us your concerns.
Becky Goodwin, 1611 Hebron Road. I'm just up here tonight to warn you all about the dog paddle. It's August 17th, last day the pool's open, and things are going well already. I think we'll have a bigger and better crowd again. So I just wanted to remind you all of that because I won't get to see you again before the next one. What else was I supposed to say? I'm lost. I wanted to go back and say something about Star Spangled because I didn't really say anything before, but I wanted to tell you that I was part of that again, and it really did go over well. And if I can ever get the video off my phone, I captured the fireworks on my phone, but the video is so large I can't get it transmitted to go onto YouTube. So it is great though, and everybody that did know about it and hear about it said it was wonderful. So I just wanted to throw those in and looking forward to our event. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other visitors like to speak? Seeing none, we'll move on to committee reports. Finance and budget, Mr. Craig.
Thanks, Mr. President. Finance met this evening. We had two legislative requests. First one was to amend section 1166.04, section B, single multifamily dwellings from chapter 1166. Second item was ordinance to authorize the mayor to sign preliminary legislation for paving of Coco Drive and State Route 13. Under other items, it was read that the service committee forward the liquid utility accounts to the county auditor from the last service meeting. Auditor Alexander, anything else to add?
Nothing except to welcome into our midst County Auditor Mike Smith.
Camilla.
Yeah, I would like to recognize Nancy Gould for 15 years of service in the tax department. She's an excellent employee and we're fortunate to have her.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Public Services, Mr. Morrow.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Public Service Committee met on July 28th at 5:30. Wastewater, Mr. Geller discussed the Fieldson Drive sewer repair and what it needed. Could cost up to $6,000. A 6 to 8 hour road closure could result. The clarifier paint update was given, and this was included in the budget. The engineer's estimate was $90,000, and the bid came in at $48,000 plus extra. Finally, a sewer line break occurred on South 22nd Street, and it has been fixed. Water Department, the main break on Irvingwood Drive has been fixed. Mr. Geller started the discussion of the WCLT water tank, why it needs replaced, and other options for the location. A water tank replacement study was discussed by Doug Holes from ADR and Associates. The WCLT tank was built around 1955. Many options were presented and final plans will be made later. The meeting was adjourned at 7:06 p.m. Anything else, Mr. Keller?
Yeah, I have a couple anniversary dates too. I have John Appleman with 14 years at the Water Department, and we have Carl Bozhart at the wastewater plant with 6 years of service. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Public Safety, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Public Safety will meet Monday, August the 11th at 5:30 p.m. Chief Hudgens, do you have anything to add?
I too have an anniversary, Captain Bob Kozlowski, with 20 years with the city this month.
Thank you, Chief. Sergeant Black, do you have anything to add?
Yes, sir, I do. Patrolman Mark Indy's been with the Heath Police Department for 14 years now.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Streets and Drainage, Mr. Heffler.
Thank you, Mr. President. Streets and Drainage will meet August the 18th at 5:30 p.m. Bob Geller, you have anything to add?
Nothing, thanks.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Community Development Zoning, Mr. Henry.
Community Development Committee met tonight at 5:30, and we had an agenda for 8 items. And number 1 was the section 1166 of the codified ordinances, which outlines requirements for condominium development, both allows and disallows single-family housing. And the legislation was presented that will eliminate the contradiction vulnerability section that doesn't allow single-family residences. Number 2, we had an ordinance on we approved, we have hopefully tabled it and dedicate the interest to the Port Authority. And they notified John that they decided to delay construction of the improvement to the west entrance until next year. And it was recommended that ordinance number 36, 2014, accept the dedication improvements to the Port Authority west entrance, which is quickly table, be brought off the table and defeated and reintroduced at the time of construction and completed. And our committee decided to just leave it tabled, and we'll take care of it one day. Complete that. Number 3, the caucus room and council room. This HVAC building, heating and the air conditioning system is the only one remaining in City Hall that needs to be replaced. And consideration to include the cost of approximately $18,000 in the 2015 budget will be discussed here in budget review sessions. So they will consider that when they do the new budget. Number 4, Thornwood Drive is still scheduled to be resurfaced beginning August the 18th. And the project should take approximately 3 weeks. And John presented us a crash cutting report. The request to be forwarded to the county auditor for payment collection, which we did. And April 2015 will mark the 50th anniversary of the city. Possible ideas regarding a celebration were discussed, and our committee referred that to the council president Kelly and the mayor to come up with that, since it involves all council. Number 7, last month we had some meetings with Luke over on Aldine, and in that vicinity, it came to the committee meetings about a drainage that drained into their property, and we discussed, John discussed that more. He's been looking at the causes and effects and what it would take to fix it. And council was advised the airport had an easement to discharge the stormwater to the Rock Creek riverbed. And when ODOT installed the Irvingwood Drive in the 1960s, the riverbed remained unfilled, but when they built that, they rerouted Rock Creek, and they left the riverbed unfilled to act as an active drainage channel to a culvert underneath Irvingwood, which was built at that time. And sometime in the past, the channel was blocked to the extent it can no longer serve the intended function. And John gave us 4 remedies. One was a trench, cleaning out the trench from where the pipe from the airport drains onto the property, and clean that out. That costs about $30,000 or $78,000 if we remove all of the trees, shrubs, debris, and garbage that lies between that. And it would have to be done so in regard to the elevation of both where the pipe comes out from the airport and where it goes under Irvingwood Drive. And there was some more similar to that, which was a little bit more elaborate, but cost a lot more. So we decided that it wasn't the city's responsibility, so we left it at that, and everyone proceeded on. And then John presented us a legislative request to authorize the mayor to enter into a preliminary agreement with ODOT to pay State Route 13 and Hopewell Drive in approximately 2016, and that was approved. John, did I miss anything?
No, you're perfect, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, please. Parks and Recreation, David Shea, Mrs. Cole.
Thank you, Mr. President. Parks, Recreation, and David Shea will meet Monday, August 18th, immediately following streets and drainage. Do you have anything to add, Bob?
Yes, I'd like to recognize Craig White. He has 28 years of service in the Parks Department.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Planning Commission, Mr. Craig.
Thanks, Mr. President. Planning Commission met July 24th. We had 3 items, new business. First item, Jay Jones, Jay's Towing, Jason property at 1691 Hebron Road, asked for approval of a modular building built to commercial specs for another business that's moving adjacent to him. That was approved. The Port Authority stopped in and had another sketch plan review for 1480 James Parkway, kind of at the corner of Kaiser Drive and James Parkway. That was approved. Finally, we had a lot split 5-2014 for Brett Kaminsky, 1207 Briar Hill Road. He has got some property at the corner of Irvingwood and Franklin Avenue. He requested some lot splits, and those were approved as well. Mr. Groff, anything to add?
No, nothing, thank you.
Mayor Johns?
Maybe just that we welcomed new commission member Dave Huber to his first meeting.
Yes, this is the commission, yes. Thank you.
Thank you. That's all the committee reports. Brings us to introduction of ordinances. Ordinance 67, 2014.
An ordinance authorizing the appropriation of $7,735 within the capital improvement fund to street services to purchase irrigation system on State Route 79 medians.
That'll be held to second reading. Ordinances on the second reading, ordinance 45, 2014.
An ordinance to amend section 1187.10 of codified ordinances of the city of Heath, Ohio.
Mr. President,
Mr. Crabbe.
motion to adopt ordinance 45, 2014.
A motion and a second to adopt. Any comments or discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Crable.
Yes.
Heffley.
Yes.
Ordinance 45, 2014 has been adopted. Ordinance 56, 2014.
An ordinance authorizing the appropriation of $25,000 within the general fund of fire services for maintenance through December 31st, 2014.
Mr. President,
Mr. Johnson.
to make motion to adopt ordinance 56, 2014.
Second. A motion and a second. Any comments or discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Crable.
Yes.
Heffley.
Yes.
Ordinance 56, 2014 has been adopted. Ordinance 58, 2014.
An ordinance authorizing the appropriation of $11,642.65 within the capital improvement fund to purchase and install two E.F. Johnson radios onto the city radio system.
Mr. President,
Mr. Johnson.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance 58, 2014.
Second. A motion and a second. Any comments or discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Crable.
Yes.
Heffley.
Yes.
Ordinance 58, 2014 has been adopted. Ordinance 59, 2014.
An ordinance authorizing the appropriation of $1,569 within the capital improvement fund to cover cost overages for installation and setup of two new Dodge Charger police vehicles.
Mr. President,
Mr. Johnson.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance 59, 2014.
Second. A motion and a second to adopt. Any comments or discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Crable.
Yes.
Heffley.
Yes. Ordinance 59, 2014 has been adopted. Ordinance 60, 2014.
An ordinance authorizing the appropriation of $1,190 within the general fund for police services to cover an expense reimbursement for training.
Mr. President,
Mr. Johnson.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance 60, 2014.
Second. A motion and a second to adopt. Any comments or discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Crable.
Yes.
Heffley.
Yes. Ordinance
3, 2.
Second. Motion and second to adopt. Any comments or discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Crable.
Yes.
Heffley.
Yeah. Ordinance 63, 2014 has been adopted. Ordinance 64, 2014.
An ordinance approving the CRA tax abatement for Southgate Company Limited Partnership, 1475 James Parkway, Heath, Ohio, 43056.
Mr. Henry.
Make a motion to adopt ordinance 64-2014.
Second.
Have a motion second to adopt. Any comments or discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Crable.
Yes.
Heffley.
Yes. Ordinance 64, 2014 has been adopted. Ordinance 65, 2014.
An ordinance approving CRA tax abatement for Heath, Newark, Licking County Port Authority, Heath, Ohio, 43056.
Mr. President,
Mr. Henry.
make a motion to adopt ordinance 65-2014.
Second.
Motion is second to adopt. Any comments or discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Crable.
Yes.
Heffley.
Yes.
Ordinance 65, 2014 has been adopted. Ordinance 66, 2014.
An ordinance approving CRA tax abatement for ISO Technologies, 1870 James Parkway, Heath, Ohio, 43056.
Mr. President,
Mr. Henry.
make a motion to adopt ordinance 66-2014.
Second.
A motion and second to adopt. Any comments or discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Crable.
Yes.
Heffley.
Yes. Ordinance 66, 2014 has been adopted. All right, that's all the ordinances on the second reading. There are no resolutions on the first reading. Brings us to resolutions on the second reading. Resolution 2014-2.
A resolution of the council of the city of Heath requesting the Licking County Auditor to certify to the city the total current tax valuation of the city and the dollar amount of revenue that would be generated by a 1 mil tax levy for fire protection and emergency medical services and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President,
Mr. Johnson.
make a motion that we adopt resolution 2014.
Second. Any comments or discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Crable.
Yes.
Heffley.
Yes.
Resolution 2014-2 has been adopted.
Mike, do you want us to give you a copy of this first, or no? Okay.
Man, we asked and they jumped in, what's that?
Lynn saves the stamp if you just give them those communications.
Thank you, Mike. All right, now that we have that information, we can go on to resolution 2014-3.
Resolution finding it necessary to levy a renewal of a tax in excess of the 10 mil limitation and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President,
Mr. Johnson.
I make a motion that we adopt resolution 2014-3.
Second.
A motion and a second to adopt. Any comments or discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Crable.
Yes.
Heffley.
Yes.
Resolution 2014-3 has been adopted. That's all the resolution on second reading. Brings us to reports of city officials. Mayor Jones.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to welcome everyone here this evening, and especially Auditor Smith. Appreciate you taking the time out of your evening to have that information available for us. Him doing so will enable us tomorrow morning to get this information, the resolutions, over to the Board of Elections in order to meet the deadline for this fire levy to be on this November ballot. So, Auditor Smith, thank you again, appreciate it. Kind of strikes me, if anybody, you don't need to look too far as to the need, hopefully, for the voters to approve that levy. You don't need to look much farther than Ordinance 56, which this council just passed tonight, which was to backfill an additional $25,000 into the fire department's maintenance line item. We have equipment that is aging and over the next few years is going to need to be replaced, which is what the money from that fire levy will be used for if it is indeed supported by the voters in November. And I strongly hope that it is supported by them. Just want to offer my congratulations to the employees that were mentioned. You know, John Geller had mentioned both Carl and John, and Officer MD was mentioned by Sergeant Black. And Kim, I know Nancy does a great job in the tax department, and Bob Craig's your right-hand man in Parks. You know, these are 5 individuals out of a large pool of individuals that we have as city employees that really do an outstanding job for us in providing services to the people of Heath. I think the people of Heath really appreciate what they do. I know I deeply appreciate what they do, and I'm glad that we're able to recognize them when they have anniversaries with the city. Becky, what is this, year 3 for the dog paddle?
4.
Year 4?
Yep.
It's great to see that that event continues to grow every year. That's a fundraiser for the animal shelter, and not to be confused with the Humane Society. Thank you so much for the work that everybody puts into yourself and the others to put that event on every year. Not only is it a fundraiser for the shelter, but I think also provides some positive exposure for the city's water park itself. So looking forward to that event being successful again this year. And finally, I just want to mention that the Hartford Fair is going on this week. Hope everybody has a safe and enjoyable time there. I can report to you that my younger daughter, Emily, did have a safe and enjoyable time last night. After eating a bunch of French fries and corn dog or whatever, she survived riding Zero Gravity and other rides. So I think that speaks to the strength and power of youth, because I know I wouldn't have survived doing that. That's all I have tonight, Mr. Kelly. Thank you.
Thank you. Auditor Alexander.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. I just want to welcome everybody and couldn't help but notice the astonished look on Auditor Smith's face when he saw this lack of controversy this evening. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Director Morrison.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have no report.
We're going to start with our August 9th birthday boy, Cletus Henry.
Thank you. I too would like to welcome everyone here. Good to see you, Auditor. And it's good to see Greg Black here. You know, we have some of the best safety people in the country, I think, you know, in our police and fire department. Good to see you. Good personnel there. All these guys. Especially Sergeant Black. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Cole.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to welcome everyone and to also wish Cletus a happy birthday this coming Saturday. Great day, President.
Mr. Cable.
Happy birthday, please. I can't wait. Welcome everyone. Just a reminder, Brian, did you mention that safety committee meeting's going to be at the fire station?
I did not mention
Next
that.
week?
We haven't confirmed that, are we definitely gonna do that?
I believe so, yeah.
Confirmation.
Chief Huggins, there's no issue with that, right?
No issue, and I do have 2 different demonstrations that night at the fire station.
And you're cooking dinner, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ramen noodles.
On that note, I'm
Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Welcome everybody, and that's it.
Mr. Morrow.
Thank you, Mr. President. Welcome to the guest, Auditor Smith, and congratulations on the anniversaries once again. Our people, long-term good people. Thank you.
Mr. Heath.
Thank you, Mr. President. Welcome everyone here this evening. Dr. Smith, good to see you here. And also, Ken, glad to see you back here. Not as crowded as in weeks past, but everybody, Dick, Becky, good to see you here. Maybe here. And with that, also congratulations to 5 great people that the mayor mentioned that, hey, they really do a great job. With that, thank you.
Thank you. Lynn, anything tonight? We're still down with Kim Geller tonight.
Nothing, thank you.
Let's go with John Geller. Bob Geller.
No.
John Grout.
No.
Sergeant Black.
Nothing, sir.
Chief Huggins.
Pass 2.
I'm going to ask the mayor, did you want to say anything about Mopar or anything like that?
Yeah, just that, over the years, the cruise event has, I'm not gonna say evolved, I'm gonna say devolved into, instead of being a showcase for folks visiting the area from out of town with their Mopar vehicles. It's too often instances of people acting in a lawless, reckless manner, and over the past just few years, it's really gotten to be quite a handful. And so this year we're going to take steps to help ensure the public safety in the area of 79 between Hopewell Drive and the Andover Oberlin intersection. It was accurately reported in the Advocate that we will be closing the right-hand lanes on both Friday and Saturday nights between, start shutting the lanes down about 6 o'clock, probably have them open probably no later than midnight. And of course, like I said, the article was in the Advocate. I know that Mike Fornatero from National Trails Raceway, who also understands the problems that we're trying to deal with and shares our concerns for public safety, had a radio spot recorded with Cool 101.7 that ran this past weekend. The city has on its website information detailing where the lanes will be closed and also an alternate route for traffic. And we're planning on utilizing the city's all-call system as well as the city's Twitter account and Facebook account to try to blast this information out to the public. If you live in Heath, you know that traffic's horrible in that area anyway, so most people around here just avoid it. But we're going to do what we can to make sure that the public's aware of what's happening.
Thank you for that update.
Yep.
Very good. New business, none. Reading and bids, none. Miscellaneous?
Mr. President,
Mr. Graven.
I need to make a motion to require the Corporate Council to draft a letter to the Heath Civil Service Commission requesting waiver of Rule 150, referencing civil service rule changes in ordinance 53, 2014.
A motion and a second. All in favor say aye. 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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Motion for adjournment.
Second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, very good. Thanks for coming. Signed it.